Hi, welcome to today's tasting note. I'm doing a wine today that I'd never tried before, Morgan's 1977 vintage port. Now I bought this at an auction and I thought I'd give it a shot and see what it's like. Now Morgan's, they were established in, when was it, 1715. Continued along, producing port over the centuries. Croft bought them I think in the 50s and then the last vintage I think was maybe 97 before the port company was abolished. By that point Diageo had sort of come in and taken control of Croft at that point, and they decided to retire the Morgan's port brand and just allow Morgan's to be purely for the rum. So basically you can't get Morgan's port anymore, which is a bit of a shame. Now, full disclosure, I tried this wine a week ago. I opened it, tried it, and it was a lovely mature port. It had been a bit, it seemed to be a bit cloudy in the bottle, but I think it was possibly because it had been churned up during transportation, and even though it had been resting for quite a while, I think it had not really had much of a chance to settle. As you can see, it's still a bit cloudy. Now, the reason I'm trying this a week on is because I did a tasting note video for this and actually recorded it on slow-mo rather than on normal speed. So I have to try it again. And then the other plan was to take this port away with me when I went away on holiday this week. And I forgot to take it. So basically it's been a mess. I haven't been able to do a tasting note video of this, and I really want to do because it's an interesting port house that doesn't exist anymore. So a week on, we're going to see what it's like and see how it's held up after a week in a decanter, albeit with a bit of cling film over the top. So, that's holding up pretty well. You're getting a sort of bakewell tarty sort of aroma from it. Lots of cherries, you're getting some almonds there. You're getting this fantastic sort of rich, I mean it is sort of rich cherry juice sort of thing coming off. There's some of those warming spices. There's almost a little salinity to it as well. This sort of little sea airiness coming off the wine. And then there's this lovely core of sort of almost like red licorice. That is there as well. That's held up spectacularly well. So it's lost a bit of the big fruit that it had there. There was some noticeable sort of red berries and that sort of thing. It's lost a bit of that. That's muted down a bit. It's almost got this slightly sort of bitter chocolate thing going on throughout, and a leafiness, a sort of dried leafiness, which it didn't have so much of before because it's been because it was being tempered by that fruitiness, which has subsided a bit. So you're getting a bit more of that savoury character to it, a bit more of a bitter note to it, but the fruit's still there. It's still really being focused there with lighter red berries that have dried. That's what we're getting with this, and that's after a week in a decanter. So this is holding out spectacularly well. I'm going to finish this tonight because it's very tasty. I think if it was to leave a little bit longer, it would probably fall apart a bit. But even at what now, 46 years old, this wine's holding up well despite being a bit sort of messed around and abused a bit by me. You're not going to be able to find these really apart from in auctions. There's very little on the market, but it is a lovely bottle of port, and if you can get your hands on one, do try some other vintages. I've had 85 of this as well, so if you can get your hands on another vintage of this, do. It is just it's a nice friendly port, and a bit of a shame that it's no longer made, which is, just the way things go sometimes. Have a good day.